One thing about people as myself is it's a beautiful thing to know that you be knowing. Don't know how you know, but you just be knowing. Just a beautiful thing to know that you be knowing, but you just don't know how you be knowing. But the point is that you be knowing. But how do you know that you know? Yes, you can take practice in learning how to follow your intuition. Yes, you can take practice in understanding laws of attraction and vibrations and frequencies and how it works. You can learn that. But the biggest way is what is being reflected outside yourself. It's how you have to see that life is reflecting something outside of you. That's what the Celestine Prophecies is all about. Anybody who read that in your young 20s, teenage years, know that one thing that the Celestine Prophecy was saying: everything is a reflection of what is going on inside of you as well as around you. This is what the beauty of an excellent screenwriter is all about. They know how to tell the story around the character without the character saying it. So there's two people sitting at a table, and one of them is hiding something. And so somebody bursts into anger, rage, and express something around the two people because that person is expressing what one of them already feels. Whether it's in the form of a masculine or a feminine energy, it is expressing what is being felt, the words that are being unsaid. And your life reflects in the same way. The beauty of being a good writer is you have to understand laws of attraction, universal laws. The reason it's not that it's anything with race or anything like that, or with these YouTube channels that have these different characters that we all love when we fall into the show, and then we find out the show doesn't last, and the people behind the scenes just kind of fall apart, because that's what happens when people do local stuff, and unfortunately the writer has to endure if they get too personal and then things get too crazy in the background. Because I had a show I watched that was like so fucking good, man. Damn, it was good. Let's be honest. I thought that show was so good. I said, damn, this writer got, man, she got it, man. She got it. She just got to keep going. But now from building myself in with age as well, I can see why these type of shows don't continue on, because there's things that needs to be tweaked inside of the writing style, inside of the editing, inside of the filmmaking, and all of these things. And it still applies to everyday life. Now, even the things energetically that you may see manifest in front of you, these are things internally that you are asking for. When you are meditating, when you're doing yoga, when you're contemplating and you're sitting with yourself, even those moments when you're tired or when someone is removed from your life or whatever the case may be, you're going to find that something in front of you opens up or something is reflecting outside of you. Because energetically, when you walk into a space, what is the first thing that you notice? For me, if I go to Walmart, the first thing I notice is all the notebooks, all the pencils, all the art supplies that are on sale. Go to Ollie's, the first thing I notice is all the books that are discounted and all the pencils and all the artwork and all the notebooks that are on sale. That's the first thing I notice. Even if that's not even what I'm looking for. If I'm going in there to get a microwave, that's the first thing I'm going to see. But why is that? Because that is my vibration. I went to Ollie's and I saw a picture of Bob Dylan. How Bob Dylan just chilling right there. Big ass picture. It was like $20. Matter of fact, it was cheaper than that. I said, what the fuck, Bob Dylan? This is the #1 songwriter in the American Association of Songwriters. Oh, okay. Well, makes sense because I've been at home writing songs and I look at that list a lot and I know I can tell you who's in what position, who's the top 10, all kind of shit, because that's my frequency. So then what is yours? What is being constantly reflected? When you are associated with somebody next to you, what do you see that you don't see when you go outside? What is being reflected? What kind of people are coming around you? What are you experiencing when you're with this person or these people? What stops? What gets interrupted? What job don't you get? What opportunities you miss? What happens around you when your frequency is with someone else versus when you're with you? But you have to first know your frequency and know yourself in order to know what's around you with somebody else. Why am I always talking about this? Like, damn, every time I tune in, this is a topic that she's always talking about, because maybe you need to hear it. Because if you constantly, whatever you click on, however you shuffle, listening to me, maybe you need to hear this. Because maybe it's a message for you in your life right now, in this moment, in this very moment. Understand, when you say out there to the universe, I want to change in my life. And it's so funny because the universe is so funny because you actually start getting a bunch of change. You be like, I want change. I want shit to change in my life. And you will get a bunch of fucking change. It's hilarious. The universe is funny. I swear the universe is fucking funny. And you will get change in your life constantly. You walk around, people probably hand you change because you asked for it. But why does the universe do that? It's for you to shift the language. You got to know how to talk to the universe. You have to know how to be direct. Do you understand that the universe does not work passive aggressive? Do you know that the ancestors do not work passive aggressive? Do you know that your spirit guides do not work passive aggressive? It is a direct energy. Okay? It says, it's like, you know what? I do not, this ain't working for me. This lifestyle that I have, it ain't working no more. These relationships that I keep attracting, it ain't working no more. These friends that I keep attracting ain't working. The way that I'm attracting these friends, it ain't working. It's time for an answer. What is in my shadow work that I need to receive, that I need to see? Where am I supposed to be right now? And the universe will lightly bring it to you. So there's a beauty in social media. There's a beauty in the algorithm. It's here for a fucking reason. And so you look around you, you open up something, and there it is. And you're like, oh shit, when did this, I never even seen this before. That's your answer. Universe, you start feeling things within yourself. You don't want to eat the same no more. You don't want to wake up the same no more. You don't want your house decorated the way it is no more. You're tired of something that you're doing that's lazy, or you're not putting work into it. You begin to get weary in your spirit. And that is the beginning of where the changes come. I'm tired of communicating like this. What is this shit here? Why? I'm tired of, why am I, you, all of that. And then that is when the transformation begins to happen because you begin to take the action. And that's the beauty of intuition. Intuition is even a part of how you live your life, how you dress, how you carry yourself, what you talk about, what books you read, what books you choose to read, what you choose to engage in online. How do you have your online account? I had an account I saw yesterday I completely forgot about. And I mean completely. And I was like, you know what? This account don't matter. I don't need to look at it. I don't need to receive anything. I need to just erase this. Okay? That's what hit me. I said, I need to just erase this energy completely out of my life. Yeah. And so it's these little teeny tiny things that begin to unfold in your life, wake you up. The certain zodiac signs you attract, certain zodiac signs you attract, and you have these experiences with them. There's all these different kind of things that begin to unfold. You know what? What's so deep about it? There are some people that will get out your way. That's the dopest shit about this path. There are people that will get out your way. It would be like somebody who just decide to block you. You know, somebody who decides, you know, they don't want to talk to you like that. They don't want to hang with you like that. They don't want to be in a relationship with you like that. Whatever form of relationship it is. You know, a lot of people talk about this shadow work shit. Everybody ain't ready to self-reflect like that. Sometimes you just have to start simple. Sometimes that little shadow work can just be, what is life reflecting back to me? Have I got too involved in my 9 to 5 or whatever position shift I work? Have I got too involved in this? Have this kind of flipped up the energy that I was supposed to be focused on? What was the goal when I first got here? Have I got too friendly, too closely associated with people? Have I chose a circle that does not match me? It's all these things that you have to begin with. Is it family members that are toxic that I need to get rid of, and this, that, and the third? You got all of these different things. You know what? If you don't have a life full of friends, they say that intelligent women don't have friends. And I am starting to really believe that intelligent women just really, they live alone. I'm gonna say we live alone. We don't really have friends. We don't really get people close to us. Even when we have children, we love our children, we're close to them, we still have a way that we still allow them to be who they are and support them, be a supportive parent and a stern parent when needed. Intelligent women do not have just anybody on her phone. We just don't engage in frivolous conversations and giggling and laughing. We're very stern, 10 toes down about who we are. We're very good at, reading the room with people, kind of just casually having a conversation and then stopping. Like, I said casually having a conversation and then stopping because, you feel the vibes. Like, okay, let me not get too close. Let me just kind of fly away or swim away or whatever. I noticed that about intelligent women. Because let me tell you why. For those of you out there who are alone, not lonely, but alone. Loneliness is the muse. I'll do a show on that one day. But loneliness is the muse. You are sitting there alone, without a friend, without a relationship or a distant relationship. Let's just say you're alone, no relationship, just you. You're sitting there alone with no friends because there's something that you are supposed to be doing and bringing into your life. There's something in your life that you need to see, that you need to self reflect on and have the capacity to self reflect on in order to manifest what it is that you need to manifest. Just pay attention to people who have a lot of friends. Just pay attention to the people who have a plethora of friends. What are their lives like? What are their goals and ambitions for real? I'm not talking about people who have a team of people. See, that's different when you have a team. A team is who you have to utilize to all work together to get to this goal together. That's what a team does. When you go to work, you work as a team. You assist that co-worker on the line of where you're at because we're working as a team, right? So friendships are a little bit different. Even if you have co-worker friends, that's a co-worker who is on your team. That's what that friend word is at work. You're on my team. And we're teaming up together. And I like working with you. And I like working with you because when we work together, we get shit done. We make shit happen. We know what we're doing. And the team, when we have rookies on the team, we help those rookies. And we also can identify what rookies are going to make it on this team and who's not. Get me? And that applies to life as a whole. So when you have friends, friends are more personal. So friends is now I'm in your life. You're in my life. Now I see all your relationships or your one relationship. Now I'm in your house. I'm eating your food. You're eating mine. I'm in your house. You probably lay in the bed with me. You probably lay on the couch with me. You probably drink with me. Smoke. We smoke. Chief together. That is a friend. That's personal. All these people that have all that personal stuff. Do you see how fucking much drama they have in their life when they have all these friends? Do you ever see just the shit talking and the gossip and the back and forth when they have all these friends? But what are they really doing with their lives? Have you ever seen somebody that has true friends that are really seriously highly goal oriented that make things? I have never seen it. I'm gonna be honest. If you have, drop me a comment and share because I have never seen it. But I've seen people who build teams and the team sticks together, but not a whole bunch of friends. Like you see, what the hell is going on outside? Is that my name? What's going on? Hold on, y'all. Oh, it's a little kid. Oh, I've never even seen this kid before. That shit loud. That shit shaking in my damn house. I'm like, what's that kid doing on a scooter? It's crazy. That shit was loud. Are they on my porch? Probably was on my porch. So what happened is, what was I saying? Okay. I don't know anybody who has friends, a capacity of friends. Even if they say this is a friend, they're benefiting something in that space. They're advertising who might work with them or who, is wearing their jewelry piece or clothes. They're marketing something from that person. You get what I'm saying? Something is marketable, something they're selling, something they're doing that they're like, oh yeah, I was I was the one who what's the damn word when people get married and you're the one that gets them married. I can't remember the word right now. I did that, and but there's something they're benefiting from it. So when you are an intelligent, aligned woman and you're seeking something more than life has what you see in front of you in life, these are the kind of connections that you make. They're beneficial. Also, there's mentorship, whether there's a workshop you go to, whether it's, and again, I know I'm saying women, this is V314 Bad Bitch Craft Radio, that is energetically feminine energy themed. But if you are a male or whatever, it's cool. This can apply to you as well. Okay, this is just how I speak. When you when you are alone, you are seeking more than what you have. You are seeking a different mindset. When you go out here and you apply for free college courses, your mindset is shifting. When you open up a book, it doesn't matter if it's fiction or nonfiction, your mindset is shifting. When you decide to go to a bookstore, when you decide to go to a library, when you decide to take up something and study it, or put yourself in school again, your mind is shifting. You're pulling yourself somewhere. It doesn't matter if you say, hey, I can make money in this. It doesn't matter. You're shifting your mind to pull it somewhere else, and you're alone doing it. But then what happens? This is where the real test comes in. While you are alone doing it, you have to stay dedicated and focused on that path. You don't get caught up in feelings, in emotions, in eye contact, in other people. You don't give a shit. You have a standard of what is in your life. And you also don't care. I want you to also note this. You also do not care. As always, I am the example empress. Okay. So you are going to school, let's say. You're getting up, you're starting your school day, whether afternoon, night, morning time. However you're doing this, it don't matter if you go to take 2 courses, but you're going to school. And while you are in school, you say, okay, well, let me go to school and I'll be in this class and I'm going to do this work. I'm physically in this class. I'm physically with the school computers and supplies and books. And this is where I'm getting up every day to ride, walk, whatever, to go to school. And so while you are in school, you're going to be associated and around other people. Might be a group project, whatever it may be. And let's say you're in this class together and someone's in the class with you and you're vibing with this person and this and that, and they might want to do study sessions or whatever. It happens, no matter how old you are. They want to get acquainted with you or whatever the case may be. I need you to understand energetically what is really going on in these situations and why I actually suggest that you not even entertain the motherfucker. And here is where the frequency thing and energy thing comes in. See, you're sitting in this class like I'm sitting in this class. So whether you say that you have your own film school, whether you say that you own something or a studio, whatever the fuck you say that you got going on, it does not matter. Because physically, your ass is sitting in this class with me. Because honestly, somebody who has things to that capacity or has things to that status would not be sitting in this class with me. They would technically, actually, be my teacher. I will have a mentorship program or workshop to go to by them with other people, and they will be industry connected, correct? This is how I want you to start shifting and thinking, all right? Now, some people will say, well, goddamn, that's judgmental. That's a little, no, 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 no. That's logical thinking. Uh-huh. That's logical thinking. That's intuitive observation as well as practical observation, right? Well, this person, this, that, and the third, you don't give a shit. It don't even matter if they say they are associated. You don't give a shit, because why are you sitting here in this fucking class with me? Right? Got to think like this. You are to go higher than yourself. See, there's a little bit of manipulation and gaslighting with this narcissistic thing. You want to understand narcissism, understand it from the perspective of an actual certified therapist, psychologist. Another thing. Associate yourself with actual scholars of the topic. You see, I'm a scholar in life experience. I'm a scholar in trifling, tricky behavior, robbers and thieves. I think I feel like I have a scholarship in that. Okay? I'm a scholar in fucking following your intuition with people. I can honestly say I am a scholar in that shit. Now, I digressed. You want to go higher than where you are. That's why these people who are in those vibrations are there. But you got to know how. We have celebrities and people in the industry in our face with reason. See, when you go out here, whatever it is that you are doing, let's say I'm trying to find something very practical. Let's say you are wanting to be a registered nurse. Okay. So what do you do as someone who would want to be a registered nurse? Well, you definitely have to go to school for that. You definitely have to pass your test for that. You need to be in spaces with women who have been nurses for years, where nursing is their lifestyle, their everyday lifestyle. They live that life of working 16-hour plus a day. They live the life of knowing how to handle complicated patients and everything. They know how to code and do these different things. You need to put yourself with someone who is a nurse, who her life or his life is dedicated to helping other nurses become great nurses. Yes, become great and hone the craft. They hone the craft. You see, this is what she always does. She was getting louder and louder. You want to put yourself, she about to go in that room. She really about to go in her room. 1 second, y'all. Okay. Whew. That was a little loud. You want to put yourself with spaces with someone who has dedicated their life to honing their craft, putting years into it, to build a workshop, a mentorship, who are associated would hire people, meaning someone who was damn near a celebrity nurse. Okay? But what is it truly about? It's not about the fame, it's about the scholarship, it's about the experience, it's about the knowing, it's about the wisdom. You're seeking wisdom. Let's get back to that person in your classroom that may, be associated with people and places and things and name drop or whatever. It's not that you can't learn from them. See, somebody like that in your class, you can just say, hey, just direct me to what to look for, where to go. And that person may be the catalyst to be like, oh yeah, you can go to this workshop and I went here and I did this and that and that, but they're still in the class with you. So don't ever dismiss the fact that they're still sitting in that fucking class with you. And the universe may just have them cross your path just to be the catalyst to tell you this is where you need to go. Okay? And so therefore you take your life and you move forward, and that is the direction that you go, but you don't got to be associated or too acquainted with them. You understand? You don't have to be too acquainted or too closely associated with them, or you don't have to even make them a friend. They serve their purpose. What happens to people? But see, this is where you have to know yourself and stand 10 toes down in who you are. Okay? You have to know your purpose and your mission when you walk outside. If any inkling in the back of your mind does not believe in yourself, you can be easily distracted because you don't fully believe in yourself. And you are being lazy and you're seeking someone else to do the work for you because you don't believe in that you can do the work. But you know how you know that you believe in yourself? Do you know how you know for sure that you are what you say your life is, and that lifestyle is very much the lifestyle that you are? I'm going to tell you how you know. Okay? The way that you know is no one can distract you whatsoever. No one can get in your way whatsoever. No one can come around you and just talk about anything and say that what they are, you're going to look at them and say, you in the same classroom I'm in, taking the same courses I'm taking. I don't give a damn if you came back to get your degree. You're sitting right here, frequency with me. I should be looking at you on TV. I should be at a lecture or a panel or a workshop and see you as one of the guests or the one hosting it. I don't give a shit about your existence to that capacity. Let me see why you were here talking to me, and let me see what I can get out of this conversation and this frequency exchange. There is nothing wrong with that. That is the purpose of what the universe is. I always attract people who have nice fucking cars, okay? And I mean, they always have the fanciest car, even if it's used. That motherfucker is fancy. Because that is a frequency that I am. That is the frequency of what I attract. That's the energy of myself. Last time I was around somebody who gave me a ride like years ago. Their car was fucking filthy ass, trashy. What the fuck is this? I don't want nobody seeing me get out this motherfucking car, okay? It was that type of energy. But I also looked at where I was in my life and what was clearing up in my life to why I was attracting that. And even the conversation in that car and the person they were with, oh man, where do I need to? No, I don't. Okay. But eventually that person was no longer at the place anymore. And this was years ago. Okay. Now, moving right along. All right. All right. So, what is happening where I am growing and what I am growing to see is when you are achieving a certain vibratory alignment in life, I need you to understand what reason are celebrities here for. I don't want you to be a nip camp poop. You understand? That got so much negative shit to say about a celebrity that's focused on diddy diddling everybody and R. Kelly being a nasty Pied Piper or whatever celebrity is getting arrested from whatever fill in the blank housewife show or whatever state in America. I love whatever state in America show that's going on, hip hop show. You know what I'm talking about. I need you to X that out of your frequency. Just ball up the paper and throw that shit away. Go into the direction of the celebrity. I should have called this how to use a celebrity. Go into the direction of a celebrity that is living, breathing every day of their lifestyle in the frequency of where it is that you are aiming to be. Okay? Not the flashy shit. See, a lot of times people can get caught up with flashy shit. It's not about the flashy shit. You have to be more mature. You have to tune in more. What is their lifestyle? What is their daily routines? When they go on panels and interviews, what are they talking about? What are they teaching? What wisdom are they gaining? What obstacles did they overcome? Who did they align themselves with? I will kindly share my screen and share a very great example of someone who I think I know actually is an incredible example of everything that I'm talking about, from the distractions to getting into the direction of this person. So let me go ahead. I am going to. Am I sharing my screen? Oh no, I am. I'm sharing the screen. Thank you. Y'all knew exactly where I was trying to go with this, right? Okay. Let me go ahead and slide the screen over. Where is you? Okay, StreamYard. And we are sharing the screen. Okay. Can I change this background? What is going on now, girl? I don't want this color no more. Can we do a black and red theme? Absolutely. Okay. This here is Lena Waithe. Lena Waithe is the creator of The Chi. She's a co-writer, producer of Any Means Necessary, and she has also worked other pieces. I am going to go ahead and try to find the other pieces that she had worked. Well, we're going to first start with uh what is the distractive pieces of this woman that you will pay attention to, that is not important to pay attention to if you are in alignment. All right. So these are pictures of her. And as you see, this is her. This is images of the woman she's with now. This is an image here. Can you guys see this? This is an image of her and her ex-wife. And this is the image of the woman she's with now. And we're aware this is the woman from Wicked. But let's get to the point of everything. So this is a screenwriter, producer, and actor. This woman right here. Okay, I'm trying to find I like to find the most recent pictures of people. That's just me. Okay. You see her 2025 images. Okay, that's her, Issa Rae. All right. So let's just show this image here. I think this image is pretty dope, right? It's gonna come over here, but you see it, right? So here we have her now. Writer, screenwriter, producer, and actor. The first thing that many people focus on with Lena is that Lena cheated on her wife with the Green Witch from Wicked, whose name is Cynthia Orizo. I might be butchering her name. There's videos showing the whole fiasco, the beginning of their love story, even when she was with her woman girlfriend before they got married quickly, and then this happened, and now the woman she was with a man. Okay. This is celebrities. And this goes back into frequency. See, when you are in full alignment, right? Oh shit, that was a mistake. Maybe it wasn't. When you are in full alignment, this is where your focus will be about Lena. You will say, oh, actor, producer, executive producer, as well as screenwriter. I don't know why screenwriter is not up here, but she's known as a screenwriter. Acting, producing, all that came in, executive producer. Your energy, because if you are yourself a writer, creator, or you like to do screen, executive producing or producing and all that stuff, this is where your frequency will go. Okay. And this is what you will see that she has worked on, produced on, written on, co-written on. Okay. Everything. Some of you probably didn't even know that she was a part of these projects. And this is the project Master of None. I was watching this yesterday. She got an award for this. Well, let's get into Lena's path. See? Let me get into Lena's path. When she started, she worked as an assistant to a screenwriter. She worked in the world of screenwriting. Okay? That's her story. She also has a quote where she says, well, you don't necessarily break into screenwriting. She had said something along the lines of, you work around other people who are in that world. So that means that she kept her frequency in alignment in the world of work that she wanted to do. She kept herself around the people that was aligned to get her where she is. Lena Waithe's mentors. Okay, we're gonna get into her mentors. Let me see. And she has a muse as well. Okay, her muse is a different world. That show is her ultimate muse. Right? But her muse are her mentors are Jennifer Lewis, who was a part of that show. Debbie Allen. There we go. I found it. Here we go. Boom. These are her mentors. Okay, there we go. Ava DuVernay, Mara Brock, Akil, Gina Prince Bythewood, Gina's husband, and Reggie Rock Bythewood. Debbie Allen is in there, and Jennifer Lewis, because Jennifer Lewis was a part of the show The Different World, which is her muse, which her mentorship, her whole website is dedicated to Hillman grad, because that was the name of the school. That's her mentorship. Okay. But let's get back that, okay, Hillman, what does it say? Other Black creatives, talks mentoring other Black creatives. And okay, let's just kind of see what she's talking about here. Let's just get back into my point. I think this is an excellent picture of her. I like this picture. But let's get back to my point. When you are in full alignment with what it is that you want to do you understand how energy works? Why is the celebrity here? Because you can follow the footsteps as everything imitates. Right? Don't they say art, like life, art imitates life, right? Life imitates, how does it go? God damn, I forgot that fast. Art imitates life, right? Some people say they don't agree with that. I don't give a fuck about those people. But art imitates life. And as artists, you're imitating. You're constantly recreating. I constantly wondered, why do I experience people taking and copying my shit? People just copying your shit, like, and you just like, what in the entire fuck is this shit right here? Did you just copy this? Did you just take the name of my show? Did you just take my name? And it's infuriating, isn't it? But I have something to very much say to that. I'm noticing that my audio looks choppy. Let's take this down. I have something very much to say to that. Yeah, the audio started fucking up. Hold on, y'all. I have something to say to people copying you and the bigger universal message that is there. Okay? Everybody copies everybody, no matter how unique somebody is. Somebody can trace your artwork and sketch something better than you. Somebody can take a formula that you've been doing and do it in a much more consistent way better than you. You may not want to admit that, but you have to look at why it happens that way. It happens that way because it calls for your elevation. It calls for you to take yourself more serious in what you do. It happens this way as well because when you are seeking more than what you have or where you are, You go forward to what is higher than you. You go and you turn on the videos. You go and you read the articles. You go and you read their books. You go and you spend time with that person, and they become your mentor. That's how it works. Everybody who is successful does it. Everybody has a muse. A book can be your muse. Can you believe that? Can you believe a book that you have sitting down in front of your TV or in your art space can be your muse? Somebody who's a nurse can have a nurse from the 1600s that can be their muse of what it is to be a nurse. It's that deep. But as you walk this path, people, you have to know that people will come around to distract and waste your time, because that's what they do. They're serving their purpose on this planet. It doesn't, it's not, don't even take it personal. They're serving their purpose, and you have to look at yourself of, you did that. Oh yeah, I'm turning the tables, right? You did that. You allowed them in your space. You allowed them to come around. You allowed them to get in your way. You allowed them to pull you away from who or whatever path you were, because you did not believe in you. You cannot be distracted by nothing. Whatever 9 to 5 job you got, understand me? Whatever person is in your world that you texting or not texting back, you cannot get distracted by any of that when you are honed in horse blinders on what it is that you are supposed to be doing for yourself. You don't give a damn. You cannot be distracted, okay? When you have, I'm listen. You cannot be distracted when you truly know who you are. Because guaranteed you, that person that's sitting down in that class with you, talking about what they know and who they know and where they are in life, and their connections and shit that they got, that's sitting in that class with you, guaranteed you there's some bullshit that's gonna come behind them, and then next thing you know, you ain't gonna hear nothing about that shit no more. I fucking guaranteed you that shit. Guaranteed you're gonna be on the phone with them, you're gonna be hanging with them, and you ain't even gonna hear nothing about these people that they know no more. Today I was talking about these people I know that got this sponsorship for Vogue, and I kept the conversation really, really light. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I'm proud of them and this, that, and the third. And like, and I found myself going into the place of, yeah, we had a fallout and all that, but then the conversation kind of just, energetically kind of just faded out. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't need to talk about that. I just be congratulate them and yeah, and just kind of not even talk about it no more. That's also something that hit my mind. Like, don't even talk about it no more. Just like leave it alone. You know why I came to that? Because ain't none of you motherfuckers around me into fashion and design. Ain't the motherfuckers around me into clothes like that to that capacity. Y'all not passionate about art or nothing like that, to understand. I hear y'all conversations. Y'all talk about Diddy and the case and all these people that's with Diddy and how you don't fuck with them because they names was mentioned with Diddy, and how y'all don't want to fuck with Blue Ivy or support her because of her daddy and her mama. Why am I talking to y'all? What? Alignment, y'all. You are passionate about it. So therefore, you bring yourself around people who are passionate about the same things that you are. And you begin to live your life in align with that. You keep that for yourself. You keep that energy. You keep that. Something interesting happened today. Well, not as interesting, but I started watching things about Ito cooking and Ito food. Okay. And what is in Ito food and how it's cooked and all these different type of things. I began to watch something about just locking their hair and natural hair. I start watching all this stuff again. People washing their natural hair and stuff like that. Because that's where it all began for me. Let me just tell you, I talked about this before. That's where it all began. And what happened was everything else started aligning with it. Today I was in the store, and I always go to the store, and I happened to look up at the hats, and I said, oh, shit. Those some fly ass motherfucking hats. I want one of these hats. She was like, oh, yeah, it's $10.99. I'm like, bitch, what? $10.99 for those hats? Oh, bitch, I'm about to get me one. I'm about to get me a large one, too. I'm about to wear a big ass hat on my motherfucking head. I'm about to style up again. It's been a while. You know what I mean? It's been a while. And so, why all of a sudden I look up and I see a hat that says Irie? All right. That's Idol. That's all the Rastafari, all that Rasta shit was on them hats. I'm like, who the fuck is Rasta? But definitely me. Now, I love to wear all black, and I'm going to continue to wear my all black. That's just never going to stop. But then I also had the feeling of, damn, it's been a while since I wore colors and patterns and textures and things like that in my clothes, and actually cool designs and stuff like that in my clothes. It's been a long time. This is what I was thinking to myself. So what happened? I'm gonna tell you what happened. I begin to see that I'm coming back to the roots of myself. How much a lot of people and things became a distraction in my world. And how a lot of people and things and places did not deserve me. They just didn't deserve the presence of me. And you have to live like that for what it's worth. Don't concern yourself with the titles of what society has been trying to tell you that you are and what it is. Don't let society say you're in the projects and therefore there's no opportunity for your life. You make opportunity for your life. You shift the frequency of your life. And if you can just get away from where you are, you do that. But you have to first work energetically where you are, because your energy is going to move you from where you're at. But once you get open that door from where you are, that is the frequency of what you are. But you still have to move yourself from where you're at. And you have to spiritually move yourself from where you're at first. That means that you don't hang around in the hood. That means that you don't be out there engaged in projects activities. That means you don't even participate in the schools, the neighborhood stuff, because you're ready to be out. So you pull yourself places outside of where you are, your children outside of where you are. That's how you move your frequency constantly. All right. This is how you get away and you start to move the frequency of where you are. That's the beginning. When you take yourself to school, learning, open a book, a bookstore, library, whatever, a workshop, an event, you are moving energetically. And the universe is bringing you closer and closer and closer to the space in which you want to be. Don't get yourself caught up with sadness and emotion. These things happen and they come and they go and they fluctuate here and there. And 1 minute, it's okay. But then you have to do things to seek balance. Things that you eat. Where are you eating at? Who are you eating around? What are you consuming on a daily basis? Maybe you need to just wash your hair. Maybe you need to get that Florida water and the roses and get you a spiritual bath. Maybe you need to put more plant life in your house. Whatever it is. And for those of you who are intuitive readers and tarot card readers and oracle, go ahead. Go ask the deeper questions. What can I do? Stop. Give yourself a daily tarot reading. Give yourself a daily oracle reading. Whatever it takes to get yourself your spirits going. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Okay? But you have to be the one to do it. If you feel you got to cut people off, if you feel you need your space, if you feel like you need time away, then you need to go ahead and take that time away. And don't feel no kind of way about it. You might need to clean out your phone. You might need to clear out your goddamn friends list. Whatever it is, it's gonna call for all kind of movement that you may not be. You probably be shocked at what the fuck might come up. Like, damn, I removed people off my friend list and I feel better. All right. I think that as a whole, the ultimate message that I continue to tell you is how to utilize energy like this. How to utilize frequency. How to utilize what's very much in front of you. When you are looking at a celebrity, you are looking at a frequency. So if you decide to look at a celebrity that is a hot mess, like Ray J, Lil Scrappy, and all these kind of people, and they're on TV, and that's what you idolize, then you need to understand that you're no different. There's no difference there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because I don't even know what you can idolize from that, but that just pulled out of the wind. Okay, all these people who are so messy, it's a reflection of your messy ass life. That even if you do have any type of success or anything, where the fuck is it gonna go? What actual, how is it gonna sustain itself? Is it gonna go down in the Hollywood stars? Is it gonna go down? Is it gonna be in your accolades of resumes? Like, you have to look at that. But see, when you look at stuff like, yes, okay, yeah, okay, Lena got a very tumultuous love life that we see from the outside in. Even if we intuitive readers shuffle cards on it or whatever. But what is the ultimate focus about Lena? This is my goddamn ultimate focus about her. This right here. How did you get there? All the lectures, all the events, all the things that you talk about, all the things that you share, the wisdom that you gained as a screenwriter, producer, and how you got into acting and producing and being an executive producer, how you collabed, who your mentors are, who your muses are. This is where I'm focused. Why? Because I have a resume of things that I have done. I have a resume of work that I have just done, but I have not shown my work. She has shown her work. Show your work. It's a whole book called Show Your Work. Okay. Okay. And that's the message for someone like me. Put it out there. It's so many shows I've been on. There are people who have interviewed me, have taken pictures of me back out here. I mean, I can't even tell you where to find myself. I couldn't even tell you. It's so much things and places and people I have crossed paths with. But what does it all matter? You see what I'm saying? If I was to make a page for myself like this, what would it say under it? What would it show under it? You see? You have to ask yourself the same way. If you made a page like this, what would the words be? What would your title be under it? This is a resume. And what will be look, actor? See? Producer? What would be under your executive producer? What would it show? The screenwriter? The voice? The narrator? The actual story? This is her movie. The self. Okay? What would your resume say? What thumbnails? What images? What will be written out? Would it say always gossiping about this person and then there's that person picture? Always talking about this Diddy case. Would it have a picture of Diddy in the Diddy case? I'm serious. Just think. I want you to think about it like this. Oh, I go to work every day, co-workers and this and that. Oh, this is what I'm unhappy about and show pictures. This is what I wish my life was at. This is how you have to look at your frequency and resume of life. But now it's time to pin your accomplishments. Who are you? What is your purpose? What have you accomplished? How can you build from what you accomplish? If you have a podcast, that's a beginning. If you completed a book, that's a beginning. If you have any projects that you started and worked on and that you did, or maybe you played around with that you did, or maybe that's sitting there, maybe you did put it out, maybe you didn't. That's a beginning of something. You thought about going to school for interior design. That's a beginning for something, because you can take, there are people on YouTube telling you how to go to school without having to actually go to school, where you can just get something, certification, something to get yourself going. Loans and grants out there, workshops, actual whole ass websites, but just have to know the direction. Take advantage of Chat GTP, god damn it. Let your Chat GTP get to know you. Talk to your Chat GTP. This is what I got going on, and this is what I need, and this is the direction, and that Chat GTP got you. There's a reason we're seeing a lot of AI art out here. The AI is very smart. AI is very smart. Very smart. And so therefore, you have to be smart, intelligent, and use your wisdom to get to where you have to go. I am suggesting celebrity. I'm not suggesting internet fame motherfuckers, podcast fame motherfuckers. I'm suggesting people who put in that work, align with the correct people, and they are here on your screen. Celebrity, titled A, B, C, D, E, F, celebrity. No matter of fact, go for A. Go for A plus. And follow what it is that they do. Listen, spend time with them. Don't see it as you're watching from your computer, you're watching from your phone screen, you're listening from your goddamn kitchen while you're cooking. No, you are there with them in that moment, sharing that energetic space. You are right there in the audience and you are listening. You are at that workshop and you are taking notes and you are listening. That's how you have to tweak your imagination. And then you will start flowing energetically, damn near moving as that person in life. I don't want to focus on that. This is what's important to me. Your dress style, the way you carry yourself, the way your closet will begin to look, the way your home will begin to look, the way your office space will begin to look. Hold on, y'all. Oh boy. My bad, y'all. Y'all know how I do. Texting. You're going to start navigating your life. I'm going to show some clips of what I'm talking about. 1 second. All right, this is a fair use. She describes the perfect mentor. So we're gonna go ahead and share this tab. I need this out the way. Okay. We are going to. This is fair. I'm going to talk over this. So it's going to be clipped a lot. All right, we're going to clip this one a lot. All right. Oh shit. Why are you purple? I'm not going to worry about that. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead. She's asking her a question.
Being a part of the AT&T Hello Lab, and you also have Hillmangrad Network, what, in your opinion, makes for a great mentor?
Okay, so she's asking her about what makes a great mentor. So let's go ahead. 1 second. I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to speed it up a little bit, but y'all gonna be able to listen to it. Let's go.
Somebody that doesn't just give you a job, but somebody that actually figures out where you are in your journey. And
So how do you have someone to figure you out and where you are on your journey? They have to live it. They have to be it. They have to, it has to be a lifestyle. And we're going to get into the definition of the word lifestyle. It has to be their lifestyle where they can look at you and they can know if you are ready, if you are what you say you are, and you are where you say you can be. They don't give a fuck about potential, but they can see that you are ready. They can see that you stand on who you are, and they can see your resume. See, resume, reputation, all ties together. Let's go.
And applies that to what they're giving you. Like if somebody
So apply that to what they're giving you. So a mentor knows where to talk to you, how to answer. Let me tell you how deep ChatGTP is. Whoever your mentor is, that is a celebrity, and hopefully you have someone who is that's in high places, that's in, you know. If you type in, what does this person say about this, or what have they said about that, ChatGTP is going to direct you to them answering the exact thing that you are asking. Okay. Do you understand how you see how the energy works? See that thin line where you are spending time with them, where you are getting a classroom with them, how you are listening to them, how you're receiving answers through them, and how you are with them, that you're not apart from them when you use this person as a mentor. Let's go.
somebody comes to me and says, I want to be a writer on a television show, I'm going to say, well, give me a script. And I may read that script and go, you don't need to be a writer on a television show. You need to be in a writing class. And with my...
See? I want to be this. Well, if you want to be a writer on a television show, you should have a few things written for a television show. You should have a novel and then have a script to show your novel you wrote that you turned into a script, and show other scripts that you have completed and copywritten, right? And then you present it. And then she's going to tell you, as someone who's living a life, who's in the industry, who knows who's got rejected and probably still does or not. Listen.
Mentees, they got to be willing to hear the hard truth, because everybody's like, well, I'm ready to go now. And more often than not, they've never even set foot in a class or don't know the first thing about the craft. And so I can throw you in the deep end if you want, but if you don't know how to swim, you're going to drown. So my mission is to keep you in the kiddie pool until you know how to swim. And then when you jump off the diving board, you can do it with confidence.
That was icy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So what did this mentor just tell you?
Applies that to what they're...
Okay. What did this mentor just tell you? If you come, when you come to me showing me your work, your shit better be A+. You better be A+. You better look the part. You better be the part. You better talk the part. You better learn the jargon, the language of script writing, the language, the lifestyle of a writer. It's even a lifestyle of a writer. You need to learn you need to know what you are getting into, and you need to be ready. You need to be a student. What they say, when the student is the student is prepared, the teacher's ready, right? The teacher will appear. So she's saying that if your shit ain't up to par, I'm going to tell you where you can go. And if I think that you're good enough, I'm going to send you under my mentorship, under my workshop. That's alignment. See that motherfucker that's in your class, that's talking that talk about what they know, who they associate with, fuck them. Fuck them. Because they can't do that for you. Your mentor can do that for you. Your mentor just told you, you better know how to swim. You better go ahead and learn how to swim. So you better be prepared. And that is how you manifest, people. So you can't get caught up with it. As artists, we can't get caught up with creating art and creating and honing our craft and not selling it or putting out, or not having, what they call a big break. And we can't get caught up with that. You have to focus on the work and what, not the prize. But why do we have people like this right here in our face? Because these type of people are here to energetically be in our space to teach. Everybody is mentoring. This is what Pluto and Aquarius is about too, y'all. That's what Pluto and Sagittarius is about. You want to get technical. But Pluto and Aquarius, definitely, it's open for you. Teaching, learning, schools, education, all that air stuff. Someone, do you understand how deep the algorithm is? Do you know that by sitting down and having someone as your mentor across the screen is equivalent to having that person right there in front of you? That when you do cross paths with that person, do you know that you're going to feel familiar to them? You know why? Because you have already energetically spent time with them. Do you understand that I guaranteed you, listen, Jennifer Lewis was already in her life when she fell in love with a different world. Debbie Allen was already in her life when she was on that screen and she watched everything with Debbie Allen. All these people were already in her life when she followed them on social media. She watched their formula. She went to their classes because I know that's what she worked in the places that she worked. She already had them in her frequency before they physically got there. They were energetically there. That's how life works. That's how you are truly in tune with that other side. I'm trying to fucking tell you. Take that from someone with 12th house planets, Moon and Pluto in the 12th house, in tune with that other side. That's how you do it. Every person that I ever met that is a Pisces that is successful. I met a Pisces who looked like that dude that worked for Diddy that had the suits on with the umbrella. I swear he was fly as fuck. He went to the new school. He said, I love Pharrell. He said, I sit down and I watch everything with Pharrell. I watch all his interviews. I go spend time with Pharrell. A Pisces before that told me he loves Eminem. He raps. He said, I spend time with Eminem. I watch everything with Eminem. I read stuff for Eminem. I go to, they never even mention going to places with them, but they do talk about across the, the web and all that stuff. I spend time. That's that Pisces. That's that energetic, vibrational imagination, quantum leaping. I'm right here, right now, standing right there at DirecTV Now. Whatever years ago this is where I'm at. Matter of fact, fuck the years. I'm there right now. The time don't even matter. 6 years ago, we right here now, right here, standing in DirecTV Now at the awards, listening to her. We're standing right there. We could smell whatever cologne she got on, whatever scent she got on. We could sit here. We can look at this lady. We can see how her hair looks. We can see the lady in the back. We're right here, standing right here in front of them in this moment, receiving this information that we're receiving right now. That is the fuck how you manifest. So why the fuck should you give a fuck about that motherfucker in your classroom trying to tell you how to get where you need to go? Why the fuck should you even give a damn about that person sitting next to you? It don't matter if they are connected to Lena Wave, great. Now they become the catalyst for you to know how to get to her faster. You see how that works in the universe? You ain't got to fuck with them. You ain't got to give a damn about them because eventually, like I told you, it's going to be some bullshit behind them. Bullshit. Oh, Bella. Now let's get to the rest. We're gonna watch another one. Let's go. Listen to what she said.
Giving you. Like, if somebody comes to me and says, I want to be a writer on a television show, I'm going to say, well, give me a script. And I may read that script and go, you don't need to be a writer on a television show. You need to be in a writing class. And with my mentees, they got to be willing to hear the hard truth. Because everybody's like, well, I'm ready to go now. And more often than not, they've never even stepped foot in a class or don't know the first thing about the craft. And so I can throw you in the deep end if you want. But if you don't know how to swim, you're going to drown. So my mission is to keep you in the kiddie pool until you know how to swim. And then when you jump off the diving board, you can do it with confidence.
That was icy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right. Let's go ahead and let's go back into something else real quick. Uh-oh.
When you have AI, it's kind of like having a cheat code to large aspects of life. Whatever you're best at, you're probably better than AI. So how do we use AI to help you with the other aspects of your job?
Oh, wow.
Lots of the stuff AI is good at is the stuff you hate the most.
Managing your grocery list, your workout plan.
Plan a trip to Hawaii.
The AI will do that for you.
Cool, finish, next task.
If you want creative work, then you want the AI to hallucinate.
Whoa, didn't think of that.
We're actually going to generate the business plan. 5 business ideas, 20 creative names. I could have done it at 2 o'clock in the morning. You do not have to be a coder. My boss will make me cry if you don't answer. I am not advocating that you threaten your AI bestie, but you got to do what you need to do to get it done. We're now in the AI age. Let's buckle down and figure out what that means today.
I'm Manuel Sensili.
I'm Don Allen III.
I'm Alec K. Miller.
I'm Ethan Malik, and this is Masterclass.
Well, there's my
I want
answer.
to thank our sponsor, Credit Karma.
That's my answer. There it is. They go to the universe again. Didn't I just talk about AI? Didn't I just say you can go to AI and say, hey, and use AI to use your mentor to be there and get your answers the way that you're doing. I mean, hey, we did this video for Bad Bitch Crap Radio. You can ask your AI to be your personal goddamn tarot reader psychic, okay, and give you some answers too, baby. I'm just throwing that out there on the table. It's all here for a reason. Don't listen to the naysayers. The naysayers is watching Love at the Lockup. Okay? Nothing wrong with Love at the Lockup. I'm just saying the naysayers are watching that. The naysayers are at work going in on this Diddy case and got so much to say about who was fucking who and this, that, and the third, and how gay Tyler Perry is and how they don't want to fuck with nobody and how they on Monique's side, honey. That's what the naysayers are doing because that's what you are. A different vibration. You are creative. You are an artist. You are focused. You are concentrated. You have goals and ambitions. You are raising your life and frequency to a certain level. You want a life that can pull you away from this mundane ass life. You want higher things for yourself. And you came to the right place to understand how to manifest it and get it. You see, it's like, well, what the fuck we listening to you for? Just let me be the catalyst to help you get there, baby. That's it. Just let a mentee be the catalyst. Because I am living it. That's the thing. I am shaking and moving. I have gone through a very, very dark place in my life, and I'm pulling myself out of it. You're talking to someone who is the phoenix rising. You are talking to someone who can tell you her journey and how she got back up again and said, okay, now it's time. Now it's time to live in your absolute truth. Now, this is who you're talking to a phoenix rising right now. And I guaranteed you, as long as you got me to get up on this microphone, you're going to take time to be thankful to have someone like me on the microphone talking, because there's going to be a time it ain't going to be me like this. Because that's how busy I'm going to be. I ain't going to have time. I'm probably going to have to pre-record and probably hire somebody to fucking put it up here for me. And I'm dead serious when I say that. That's why. Let's see. What's this one said? This one pulled up next. It said, Lena Waithe talks about empowering Black creators and using her power for good. Let's see what she got to say about her power for good.
As you see there, it's an awesome app. You can check your credit. You can find out if you apply for a mortgage.
A big thing is I'm putting my money where my mouth is, in terms of, with the Hillman Grad Mentorship Program.
What do you, or how are you learning how to use that leverage, and in what direction?
Oh, I mean, well, a big thing is I'm putting my money where my mouth is, in terms of, with the Hillman Grad Mentorship Program. What we're doing is and also too, this other thing we're doing, people follow me on Instagram. I heard about the Toni Morrison documentary, thinking of Boomerang and this and that. But the Toni Morrison documentary, which a lot of people may not know about, but I just bought out a theater in Los Angeles that people that are going to, we filled up every seat. It's happening tomorrow during the day, and then we bought a theater out in New York as well. So it was it's for the Hillman Grad mentees, but we're like, we can't fill up a whole theater. So it's like, anybody want to come see it? If you got any aspirations of being a writer, even if you don't, it's important for folks to go see it. So to me, what's exciting is that there's going to be all of these people. I think for most, they'll be predominantly African American, showing up to, because we work with ArcLight, at the ArcLight tomorrow to go see this Toni Morrison documentary, which I'm sure the ArcLight employees are going to be like, what the hell? Where are these people going? They're like, Black Panther ain't playing no more. You know what I'm saying? But I just kind of feel like it's important that folks go see it, even if I got to pay for it. It's like, so what? Like, go take it in. It may inspire you. You may walk out feeling like, oh, I'm gonna go write again, or I'm gonna go walk in my purpose. But then also too, a big thing we're doing is sponsoring writing classes, which we've always done. And then also for those who want to be actors, no matter what city they're in, we try to find reputable acting classes. And then if they're like, yo, I can't afford it, we go, cool. We call the place and say, hey, we want to sponsor this person. Or hey, there's like 5 people in your city that want to go to your acting school, but it's a little expensive. So if we pay for all 5 of them, is there a group rate we can get? They usually absolutely accommodate us with that. So that's really what I'm trying to do, is just sort of be feet on the ground, understand what people are looking for, where they're trying to go, what they're actually trying to do, and then see how we can help them take those next steps. And ultimately
this is a mentor who also, see, that's a thing too. It goes back to when I had used the example about the nurse, remember? And I said to, excuse me, it looks like my audio is messing up. Okay. And I was like, hey, find a nurse who's an elder nurse, male or female, right? Who has the lifestyle, who's lived the lifestyle, and also gives mentorships, who also teaches, who does workshops to teach you, okay, how to be in the lifestyle, or how to be in the industry of the lifestyle, how to make a name for yourself, how to have a good reputation for yourself in this industry, whatever the industry may be. It could be dental industry, shit, it could be the construction industry, whatever industry it may be. There's always a celebrity somewhere. There's someone who has achieved that celebrity status in whatever industry. And trust me when I tell you, I don't care if it's factory work, there is a celebrity somewhere in that industry. And you want somebody who offers this level of mentorship and helping, or somewhere where you can have access to putting money into it where it's worth it. And you take your time with that, do your study where it's worth it, or putting yourself in spaces that's this to understand. Okay, let's go. Take advantage of Masterclass, y'all. I'm not sponsored, but I'm telling y'all, take advantage of Masterclass. I'll be watching that after I finish this.
Eventually want to do is have buy a couple condos where it's free housing for people that don't live in Los Angeles, or they're coming from other places. We want to be able to give people a place, so we want to pay for their room and board, food, or even maybe work with the car company where they have a car to drive and they can be in Los Angeles for a year. We provide them with opportunities, and after any money they make, they get to bank it. So by the end of that year, they can have money that they saved up, and hopefully by the end of that time, they'll be able to go out into the workforce. So that's something we're working toward right now. So it's I'm just really trying to think about it more in terms of logistically, you know what I mean? Because people can always say, oh, diversify, inclusion, this and that, but I'm from Chicago. I'm how do you then get to that, to being here? And ultimately it's a lot of these young Caucasian males have parents that can afford to pay their rent, afford to pay for cars and food and all that kind of stuff. And it's but if you can't afford that, how can you go PA for $100 a week? How can you go intern? So what I want to do is be able to sort of again, it's about leveling the playing field and kind of create a Black privilege that we don't necessarily have. And so again, that's a way I'm using what I have, just because it just boils down to just common sense. It's like, I can't tell you to go out there and win if you don't have a leg up, if you don't have a support system, and basically if you just don't have the money in your account. And a big thing I'm even doing with some of my assistants when they're in between jobs, I do this thing called, I'm going to give you an investment fee, where it's like, I'll put some money in their bank account so you don't have to worry about making rent or their car note, and I don't call it a loan, I call it an investment. So I mean, they don't have to pay it back, but all they ask is that they go super hard when they're at the internship, go super hard when they're at PA, and pretty soon they'll be working a job that pays all that kind of stuff. And when they say, well, how do I pay you back? I say, just pay it forward. That's what you have to pay me back.
Oh, wow. So I hope y'all all get the point. Okay. I hope y'all all get the point. I hope you're intelligent enough to not say, oh, that's a mammy. And I hope we are mature enough to get past that. Right? I hope we are mature enough to pay attention to the point of what I'm trying to say here. I mean, I don't know. If you thought that maybe you should see a white male or a white woman or something like that, maybe this is not the place you need to be, because you don't get it. You focused on the wrong shit. Okay. Now, I think I drove it home. I believe I made my point. And I think I gave you all what is necessary. Okay. Let me just say this. Let me just play one more thing that I see.
I happen to know personally that you are an avid reader. Can you talk a little bit about what your interest was, what your appetite was in becoming a publisher?
I think books sort of tell us who we are. They also help form our memories and our identity.
I happen to know.
Did I not just say, okay, there we go. That's how we're going to bring it on home. What did I say? That person that you're looking to, they have books that they read, they have mentors, they have inspiration, they have muses. You have to, this is the key. I'm giving you all keys. Okay? Why? Because I remember the drive and passion I had when I made that blog, and I went back to it yesterday. I remember the passion and drive I had when I made my video and did my editing. I remember the passion and drive that I had just sitting down, creating and writing. And I also remember the distraction too. I remember I just sit down and I remember all of it. I even decided to try to go look at the muse that I had when I created that blog site. And I said, oh, damn, that person's no longer the muse. The muse has changed and transformed and moved on to another kind of life. The muse has grown up. My muse don't have that young, youthful muse has grown up. You see? And that's what has happened. And then the muse went in a direction that I would have never, ever thought it would go into. And I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. I like this direction, right? I like this direction. Here's the thing. The AI stuff didn't come up for no reason. Don't let the naysayers try to speak against AI. I stand beside ChatGTP. I stand beside investing into ChatGTP. I stand in that shit. I also want to make something else very clear to you people. I was sitting here, and as I was thinking about doing the show and what I was going to talk about before I turned on the microphone, right? And the title and everything, they just kind of just come to me, right? You know, I hope that I do have people who listen to me and people who really take note of what I say and really understand. And if they have questions, they take themselves to the site to go over there to me and ask their questions. Because as I have got to this age, I have realized how much wisdom I have gained, how much knowledge I have gained, and how I still continue to seek more knowledge and wisdom and experience in life. I continue to realize things that I don't allow myself to get caught up with that I once did, you know. I continue to realize why I allowed myself to even get caught up in the things that I got caught up in. And I also realize how in life that, you know, what I have given attention to that never really needed attention at all, right? So that's the growth that I have come into in my life. And so every time I get on this microphone and I talk to you and I share and I'm constantly sharing what I'm sharing with you, it's not shared in vain. You know what I mean? And I do listen to people around me and I do hear people's lives and I do listen to people who have these lives of like, every day this is what they do, you know what I'm saying? Or they come from a past of drug use, alcoholism, or they come from, you know, constant failed relationships and stuff like that. And I look and I listen to what they engage in. And there are people who I can tell are very smart and I can listen to them. We can talk and I'll be like, oh, I get what you're saying. I know exactly what you're talking about. And I was talking to a coworker yesterday and I was like, I said, I feel like you'll get what I'm saying. But like, you know, when people act, when you're an actor, you're not that character, you know? And I notice how I talk too. I don't ever talk in they, them or nothing like that. I'm always like, I'm talking for what I know within myself. And I'm like, no, when you're acting a part and you're on that stage, you know, you're a character. You're not what that person is. It has nothing to do with sexuality and stuff. And she's like, yeah, I get it. She was like, but this person, you know, you can just tell he just didn't know what it was like to love a woman or be connected to one. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what happened with my boo Samira, because I talk like that. That's what happened to my boo Samira. Like she did the same thing on the stage and this, that, and the third. And she was like, your boo. I'm like, hell yeah, that's my boo. She was laughing like, oh, okay, that's your boo. That's my boo. Okay. And so that is the way in which I speak. That's the thing. You know what happened to me today? I had somebody that tried to flirt with me at work and I was like, They called me beautiful. I was like, And I kept it moving, you know, but I know energetically what's going on there and why that's happening. You get what I'm saying? That's nothing. So, people, I hope you receive the lesson and the message. I hope that you have maybe even went to Masterclass website and checked out just what's on there, the energy and the people that's on there. Because see, why is it called Masterclass? Because you have celebrities on there teaching you some shit. You have people who are masters of their craft, because it's Masterclass is master of their craft. You see, that's what, how do you pronounce her name? Lena. That's what Lena is saying. Lena is saying, you must be a master of this craft. You need to understand the language, the lingo, and the craft of screenwriting. You must go through a school. Okay. You must have knowledge and wisdom of the artistry of being a writer. You must understand the lifestyle of being an actor, performer, producer, fucking being behind that camera and recording and being on this, how civil script. You need to know the principles. You need to take it back to class. You need to go back into your history of what this shit is. You want to do construction, you better get into the history of what construction is. You want to do welding, you better get into history of what welding is. You want to be a dentist, you got to get into the history of what it is to be a dentist. You got to get into the principles of the lifestyle. What are the principles of being a writer? What are the principles of being a writer? What is the lifestyle of being a writer? What is the lifestyle of being a nurse? What is the principles of being a nurse? Everything has it laid out. Do you know that even somebody, this is a low vibrational example, but there's principles and rules of being in prison. Go on TikTok. They tell you there's rules. There's like, they call them like kind of like old wives' tales. Like when you're in prison, you don't write your name on nothing, because you will go back. When you're in prison and you leave, you throw this away. You don't take this with you because you'll end up going back. When you're in prison, you don't get married. You don't have relationships because you end up going back. They have all these things about what you don't do because you'll end up back there. There's principles to playing chess. Because all of this stuff is a lifestyle. Let's look up the definition of lifestyle. Didn't I say I was going to do that? No. You ready? Lifestyle refers to the usual way of life of a person, group, or society. It includes various patterns of people's behavior, their interactions with other peoples that describe how to spend their lives. Here are some examples of types of lifestyles. Healthy lifestyle, sedentary lifestyle, active lifestyle, social lifestyle, frugal lifestyle, minimalist lifestyle, nomadic lifestyle, rural lifestyle, urban lifestyle. See? But all lifestyles come with principle. So let's look up the etymology of lifestyle. The way in which a person or group lives, a benefit of a healthy lifestyle, right? Way of life. Lifestyle refers to interests, opinions, behaviors, and behavior orientations of an individual, group, or culture. The term style of life, German, Lesbensis, was introduced by Austrian psychologist Alfred Adler in his 1929 book, The Case of Miss R, with the meaning of a person's basic character as established early in childhood. That's a lifestyle. Damn, that's interesting. It was called Lebensstil by Austrian Lebensstil. Interesting. Life. Animated corporal existence, lifetime period between birth and death. History of an individual from birth to death. See, that's like your lifestyle is like your purpose. See that shit? Written account of a person's way of life. I'm gonna go ahead and share it with you guys. Good or bad, condition of being a living, can you see this? Nope. I'm added to the stage. Here we go. There you go. Oops. Okay. Conditions of being a living through, opposite of death. It's the opposite of death. Lifestyle, life, spiritual existence imparted by God through Christ to the believer from Proto-Germanic Liban. It's interesting that the word is still like, you see how the word is Liban or Lesteth, source also of Old Norse lif, life, body, Old Frisian, Old Saxon, lif, life, person, body. Dutch lift body, Old High German lib life, German lieb body. Okay, property, continuous perseverance, from pi root leap, to stick, adhere, life. So it's a lifestyle, life and death, life jacket, life form, life work. This is the lifestyle. And style is design. Okay, so we get into the word style is associated with the word design. Writing instrument, style, S-T-I-L, look at that. Writing instrument, pen, stylus, piece of written discourse, a narrative, treatise, also characterize rhetorical mode of an author, manner or mode of expression, way of life, manner, behavior, conduct. This is the form of Old French style, is style. See the word right here. Fashion, manner, a stake, pel. From Latin stylus, stake, instrument for writing, manner of writing, mode of expression, as in stick. Okay, from the same source as stick, mode of expression. The spelling of the English word was modified by influence of Greek stylos, pillar, which probably is not directly related to etymologically. Okay, the sense of, what did I even put that there? The sense of evolution seems to be from writing to writing to manner. Isn't that so fucking interesting that I said lifestyle and it went back to a writing instrument? Mode of expression and writing are of a particular writer, then to modest expression and other activities, then to distinctive manner of external presentation. That's also reputation. Presentation, reputation, repetitive, resume. See? Paired with and distinguished from substance. The word alone, meaning good style, is by 1580s as fine appearance, dashing character. An artist, particular mode or form of skill presentation. God damn it, y'all. Shit. Can't fuck with me, bro. You cannot fuck with a mentee, man. God damn. Can't fuck with me. All right. Affix a resembling or characteristics of that which is, by 1934, with adverbs, a way that is, with nouns, characteristic of or befitting, as in family style, in style, according to current fashionable requirements. Let's go back. Lifestyle, design, habits, rhythm, hypnotic rhythm, writing shit down, journaling, vision boards, manifesting, reading books of people who have done it, watching. Lifestyle is a frequency thing. God damn it, y'all. I just said it right here. Just read it. It said, what was the word? Presentation. And I said reputation. That means that your home has to reflect it. Your clothes have to reflect it. The way you talk, the way you walk have to reflect it. You have to be it. You have to live it. It has to be your lifestyle. It has to be the substance of who you are. Fine appearance, dashing character. Goddamn. It's equivalent to that person who you see always in their uniform from work. It's equivalent to that person who you always see that how do I say this? That, you know, every day she has on makeup and she's dressed up a certain way when she comes to work every single day. That woman you see, the baddie that has her hair and nails done every single day, even she looking good when she got to go to bed. It is all equivalent to a lifestyle. Rastafari, being that's equivalent to a lifestyle. Even your religious practices in life, even your religious practices is equivalent to what your lifestyle is. Well, goddamn, lifestyle. Whoever invented this word, they really thought through it deeply. It says style is a writing instrument. That the fucking etymology of the word style is like stylus, a style, a pen. You have style. You have style. You have intelligence. What is that verse? My tongue is prepared like a ready writer. A mode, a rhetoric mode of author, manner of mode of expression. You're molding yourself. The same source as the stick. The wand. Oh my goodness, yo. You can't fuck with me. God damn. I guess that seals the motherfucking show. We're gonna make it to the next 5 minutes to make it a 2-hour show. I don't even fucking know, man. God damn. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So once again, y'all, didn't it also say the word leap? Wait a fucking minute. Hold on, y'all. Didn't I just talk about quantum leaping too? Wait a minute. It said it's spelled leap, L-I-E-P or something like that. Wait a fucking minute. Hold on. It's fucking up. Let me just go read it. It's fucking, I don't know why this shit freezing, bro. StreamYard be taking up my motherfucking shit, bro. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Let me go look, because I can't see right now. Okay. Yeah, it did say that shit, yo. And when it said life, it said leap. Like quantum leaping. Oh, shit. Listen, y'all. We're going to seal the deal now. When you decide to have a mentor or a muse in your life, let them be at a true celebratory status. Let them be someone that is standing or sitting down inside of a master class. Okay? Let them be someone on panels discussing and knowing what the fuck they're talking about. You can go and see their resume publicly. You can see their goddamn movie or script on Rotten Tomatoes. You need to be amongst people who have done it already. That's what they are here for. Got to get my spray. That's what they are here for, y'all. That's the purpose that they serve for us. Okay? Oh, man, I'm over here tripping for a minute. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm over here tripping. All right. Oh shit. Oh shit, y'all. Not that I'm not surprised. I don't get surprised about anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just the universe is just so fucking beautiful. You know? The universe is beautiful. All right, is this fixed up now? Because I ain't got time. Hold on. Not with Bella carrying on like that. Okay, let's go back again with our example. I'm trying to think what's holding up. I think it's Netflix. Hold on. I think Netflix is doing it. I was trying to see who is causing this. Netflix take up a lot of space on a computer. Yep, it was Netflix, y'all. I could not figure it out for shit. I was like, why is this computer slow and I don't got much going on? But y'all know I'll be having a million tabs up. But all right, let's get to this one gem that Lena got. All right, let's go. Fair use. All right, there we go. Let's get back to our example. Since now we understand the concept and the understanding of quantum leaping, and we understand what lifestyle is, right? Okay. This is her talking about the people she worked under on her path as a writer, especially a screenwriter, right? And she's telling what gems she got. All right. Now, this applies for your formula for the same thing of what you are achieving in your life. Let's go. By the way, check out this interview from Complex. This guy right here is an awesome interviewer. He's a good listener. He asks very important questions. Yeah, hold on. See, but why would those simple little wise words of be great resonate so much, especially to someone like me? But I don't know if that resonates with you, but I'm gonna tell you why that resonates with me. When you're looking at a celebrity, you are looking at greatness. That's what you're looking at. How many of you have access to a celebrity so easily? How many of you have that access? How you can just call a celebrity or go to their contact information and somebody will pick up the phone and they're right there? Like, anybody got that access? I mean, I have a family member, but I don't talk about it. But that's family. I don't really see it that way. But how many of you have access like that for whatever career that you have that access? If you do have that access, then that's awesome. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, for those of you, like, just think about it. Most of the people don't have that access. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason that celebrities are not accessible. There's a reason why when someone performs on a stage, you have to either sit around and ask for them to come out, or you have to be back there, or you may not get a chance to see them at all. There's, in the rock world is a little different. They come out, but you still have a certain type of limited access to them, but there's a reason for all of this stuff, because it teaches you to get to that level in your life. You don't have to be at the level of celebrity fame. It's not about the fame. It's about the work. In the work. If you're aim, then you're going to just have to put the work in to get into the industry, but you're going to have to be willing to do the work. You're going to have to be willing to do the work. So be great. Seek greatness. Seek hiding yourself. Fuck that person in your classroom talking shit. Who are the people you have the closest to them? Are they being great in anything that they're doing? Are they great at all? Be honest with yourself. Your constant associations, your co-workers that you constantly associate, are they being great? Are they great at anything? The people you associate with online, the people you decide to online date. We're not going to get into that topic, right? You need to go back into my shows on online dating. But the people you decide on, are they being great? What are you striving for? You were born here to this show because you want something in your life. You're aiming for something in your life. You already put the work in, and you may have put the work down, but you're getting back into it, and you just need another formula, and that's why you were here with me. But she aligned her life. She went and became a personal assistant to these people. They probably weren't even at the status that they are today. She was a personal assistant to these people. You know the mistake I made? Instead of being a personal assistant to another writer, I was a personal assistant to someone who was supposed to be a friend that just wanted my marketing help and this, that, and the third, and just had a life of just a shambled ass life. And then we fall out. Because that ain't what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be a personal assistant to another writer, whether the romance writer, horror writer, or I was supposed to do that. I was not supposed to be doing what I was doing because I was subconsciously, I admit, I was subconsciously sabotaging. I was subconsciously seeking love and approval from somebody who will never give it to me. You're not that was my own shadow work that I had to learn. Lena did what Lena was supposed to do. Even when I aligned with that other screenwriter who went to the LA screenwriting school, she still had a bunch of bullshit going on in her life. She wasn't fully focused and concentrated. Honestly, she is somebody who's such a good writer, just don't know how to get along with people, but she's such a good writer. She should be up there with Ava and all of them. She has actually been in spaces with these people, but she ain't there with them. Even today, she Hebrew Israelite now. Go figure. And that is what is going on. Okay? And that is what is the issue with all of these things. This is where the blockages, energetic blockages, can happen. Ain't no need for imposter syndrome. There's no need for that. What are you aiming for yourself? You have to be prepared. You have to put the work in to be prepared. You have to align yourself. You have to take yourself back to school. Whether you want to accept it or not, you're going to have to take yourself back to school about something. You're going to have to go back to the drawing board and learn something. You have to do it because it's important to be done. Hold on. What's the next one? I want you to also, going back to lifestyle, stylists. It's so funny because they're called stylists, right? Oh, that's so beautiful because stylists, everybody has a sketchbook. Everybody has a journal. Have y'all not noticed that? It always goes back in the beginning with writing and journaling in a sketchbook. Every creative has one. Do you know, even as a writer, when you have characters, you have a sketchbook? You know, Pinterest, that's a board for us that are creators and writers, right? Pinterest, we love fucking Pinterest. Tumblr was our Pinterest before, but Tumblr fucked up. But now Pinterest is the shit. Like, that's our shit. Now, let's get to it. What is happening here is you write down what they say, because that's what your mentor is. You're in a classroom with your mentor. Take notes, because they're talking to you. You're sitting down, you're asking these questions, and you're receiving your answers. Well, let's get into this. I never heard nobody say this before. Let's go. Okay, damn, gotta write that down. I was just having a conversation yesterday about Stephen King, and the coworkers was like, "Oh, that's a sick motherfucker. If that motherfucker didn't write that shit down, he would be a serial killer." Excuse me, can I say that? He'll be a serial unaliver, right? And I was laughing, kicking and giggle with this person. I was like, that's interesting. She said, said that, but I remember I said, well, Stephen King, always says you just gotta write. You can't think about what nobody think. You gotta say, you gotta write. So yeah, that motherfucker sick motherfucker, da. And these are the things you have to overcome as a creative. You have to overcome other people, and you just have to create, and you have to have a purpose in your creation. But she's on to something here. And I've never heard no one say this before. I don't even know who this lady is. So, deep thinker, intuitive. She is the 17th of May. She does have that 7 energy. Okay, and she has that 8, that Saturn Capricorn energy, and all that stuff for all you esoteric motherfuckers out there. All right. So all my peoples, let me make it clear, all my peoples, all right. So she has that energy already. She has that observation, analysis, spiritual thing with herself. You feel me? And so now we see Lena Waithe is a true lover and lives the lifestyle of film and understanding storytelling and reflecting these stories to life, to everyday life, and to her life as well. Okay. She's also a Saturn and Scorpio. She's 1984. She's the year of the mouse, baby. Never mind. Shit, fuck it. It just shut the whole thing down. How y'all gonna do me like that? But guess what happened, y'all? We ain't talking about Lena leaving her wife for Cynthia. We ain't talking about none of that shit. We ain't talking about shuffling on their relationship and shit like that. Why is that, y'all? Huh? Why is that? Why did it go back to this part right here? For those of you who've been here and riding with me for a minute, why did it go back to you seeing Lena? It's not Lena or Lena. To you seeing Lena this way. Huh? It's coming up. Don't worry. It's coming up. Why you see her like that now? Because what you focus on, you become conscious of. And therefore, what you focus on for what you are achieving becomes a part of your lifestyle. And therefore, who are the best people to focus on? A celebrity, someone who is great, someone who has the GOAT, who has climbed the mountains to get where they are, who are still achieving and accomplishing. Did you know that the height of a mountain that you cannot breathe? When you climb a mountain at a certain height, you can no longer breathe. And therefore, you have to breathe even a certain way to get to that, whatever height of that mountain. That is symbolic of the air element. That is symbolic of how you speak. Knowing how to breathe, knowing how to navigate through. This all goes to your lessons. This all goes to your schooling, understanding the jargon, which is the language. Understanding jargon. Jargon is what you speak at work, right? So there's a certain things that's called, like, if you work a certain job, and therefore certain things are titled certain things at the job, and only you would know these titles because you work that job. That's what jargon is. Whatever field of work it is. A nursing job has jargon, construction work has jargon, office work, all office work has jargon. You understand what I'm saying? Or, key little words and stuff that's being used in the company and stuff like that for people to understand the jargon of the company. And if you're new, you begin to learn it, right? That's jargon. So it's the same thing for the lifestyle that you are living. In this case, this is a writer's lifestyle, right? That's who I am, a mentee, the writer, right? And so therefore, what you are focused on, you become conscious of. So therefore, you will begin to align with what matters. You see this when you look at Lena. You're not looking at her fucking lifestyle as far as like her personal life, as far her lifestyle is being a writer and being a creator and her mentors and everything around it. But you're not looking at anything involving her personal love life, because she's never came on the world stage with her love life. She came on a world stage with her name titled under the Shy, or that she created that. What's this show? This Moments in Love and all this kind of stuff. What is this damn show? And this other show where she got nominated for. This is what she has come into the world stage to show you. Masters of None. Could not think of the name of that show. And then when you scroll down, this is where she's titled at. And here's another thing. Let's just look at something. You can actually click here on executive producer, and it will take you straight to executive producer. And see down here, I guess they didn't have room. I guess you can see you got screenwriter, voice, narrative, story. She wrote Queen and Slim, by the way, y'all. That's what y'all looking at. And she talks about how she wrote the story and how she wrote it in this, that, the third. Okay, so this is what you're going to become conscious of on your path when a writer like this becomes your mentor. You are in a classroom with this person and you are learning. But why? Why is a mentee telling y'all to go into a space with people who are celebrities? Why are you telling us that, a mentee? We got all this crazy shit with celebrities and all this and that, you're missing the point. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's about you. If you're looking at a celebrity and it happens to be some crazy shit, then you got to start looking at yourself. You got to start looking at why the hell is a Diddy? Was Diddy your muse? And now you found out this about Diddy. So then you have to look at what the hell about Diddy was your muse. Was it because of how he danced? Did you like the way he was a producer? Did you like that he was a cutthroat motherfucker and that's how you like to work in life? There's things you have to start looking at. Did you have people on Love and Hip Hop that you like? And then now that person's locked up. You have to start looking at that. But for those of us who are creators and stylists and artistic and like to watch stuff like Project Runway and things like that, and then to that level of things, because maybe you have a clothes store or you have your own fashion line, you're trying to do whatever it is that you're trying to do, work for somebody, style for people, whatever lifestyle that you have. I'm here to encourage you to look at the motherfucking celebrity. What I want you to understand is you need to be looking at a scholar in this information. Even when I sat down and I was studying, going real heavy into pi and all that, and I had the person who was mentoring me and I was writing with them and doing art with them, I still was attracting people who were scholars in esoteric occult information or anything dealing with symbolism and stuff. I still was reaching out to scholars. I still met a scholar who wrote a book. And I had a friend who knew this woman personally as his personal mentor. Do you see how it all begins? The universe will pull up every time. Somebody is going to be a true scholar. And that is the person that you need to be looking at. Now let's get into the question of, what if I have somebody who is Instagram famous, online, YouTuber, right? Somebody who, at that level of status, right? That I watch and follow. Here's what I have to say to that. Is this person in the panel? Let's just say yours is like gamers, right? Because that's you go hard for gaming and that's what you do, right? Is this person sitting down at the panel with Mark McGuire? Do you even see Mark McGuire's am I saying his name right? I think I am. I'm gonna just call him Mark. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I hope I'm saying his name right. Who has made indie games, and he is like the celebrity of gamers, okay? Is he doing his Instagram, Facebook stories, social media stories, and you see that person right there in there with them? Has this person, because it doesn't just, I'm just saying you have to know the world to know the people. I just know him. I just know he's a celebrity of that world. Is this person possibly even their mentor, right? Where is this person getting their philosophy and principles from as what they're doing? You have to see that they are looking up to some. It could be a gamer that someone who was in the beginning of time that was a gamer that they may admire, but who in the now also do they have that space that they share with? How often does this person put themselves in celebrity spaces to speak or go into whatever in that gamer world? You know what I'm saying? As far as like streaming gaming world, like I'm saying, to go into the place where the ultimate gamers are, which is like over there in Japan or any Asian country. And you got to dig, are they living and aligning in that celebratory or the celebrity lifestyle? Are they in that frequency? I think that that's key. And I stand on that. And maybe give me some months from now, a year or so from now, I'm still going to stand on it. And I may stand on it better than ever. Because I think that it is important. I think that this type of frequency is the frequency you need to aim for when you want the best. Anyway, y'all, I am about to roll over, literally roll over, and take me an incredible nap before I wake up again, because I do need to take a nap. And I hope my audio wasn't damaged. I don't think my audio was damaged in this one. I think I did a great job. I hope you all received that information. I need to put a star next to this show. I actually enjoy this show. I want to even promote this show on the site. But anyway, y'all take care of yourselves. Know what I mean? Take care of yourselves.